like,
First of all, I would like that you turn on your baker, preheating 180 degrees before.
so let's see, what's that in Fahrenheit? I think that's about 325, isn't that?
Yes, 180 degrees.
All right, I've got my oven on. And go over the list of ingredients.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about what we have available and what you have available.
Yes. Okay, the ingredients are, first of all, 3/4 cup of salt, starch. This one, let me see. This one.
Set your oven at 350.
All right.
Okay. One, 3/4 cups of salt.
Oh goodness, it looks like a lot of salt.
One.
No, this is, she's saying sour.
Sour
what?
starch.
A
This is
starch. Oh, okay.
Sour starch, not salt.
Now,
Oh, okay.
I don't have, what do you call it, sour starch. I have either cassava flour or tapioca flour, so I think I'll just.
Yes, you can use it. You can use it. Let's do it because if
Use
you don't
use
have
your
In the
cassava.
past, I basically just did straight cassava flour. So.
Second ingredient is gonna be a half cup
1/2 cup.
of sweet starch.
Of what kind of starch?
It's again cassava flour, but
Cassava, but sweet. Yes.
It's sweet as opposed to sour. So this is just straight cassava
Flour. Okay.
flour.
Yes.
It's just differentiating it from the sour by calling it sweet.
Yes, it comes sweet and sour.
I mean, in the past, I just did straight cassava flour, or I did cassava flour with frozen cassava and mixed it together.
Yes, maybe you're
Okay.
gonna make it different. 1/2.
The recipes said add milk and eggs to it, and I was just like, no, I mean, that's not that healthy.
Again, a half cup of grated parmesan.
Let me cut and paste the recipe chat here.
Grated parmesan.
I don't know what that is.
I made it
Parmesan.
fresh one, parmesan. Okay.
Now, what is it again? I don't understand.
Parmesan, grated
Oh,
parmesan.
Parmesan cheese.
Oh,
Okay.
grated Parmesan. I didn't get it either.
Grated parmesan. Grated parmesan.
Okay.
Okay. And the third ingredient is gonna be 3 tablespoons of olive. 3 tablespoons of olive
oil.
Olive oil. 3, all right? 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
3. Here. 1.
I use these little ingredient bowls also. They're very it's very handy.
2. 3. Olive oil. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Extra virgin. right? And the fourth ingredient is gonna be 1 tablespoon of chia.
Chia seeds. So the chia seeds, do you grind
Chia
that?
seed. Yes, chia seed. No, you don't grind it. Just chia seed, right?
Okay, what is it?
Chia seeds. Chia seeds.
Oh, chia seeds. Okay, chia.
Yeah.
Chia seed, right?
Whole chia
One-
seeds.
1 tablespoon of chia seed, right?
1 tablespoon of chia.
Okay, 1 second. I need to catch up.
That's really gonna thicken it.
1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
You got it?
Ever since I started using chia seeds as a thickener, I've really enjoyed things more. 1 tablespoon chia.
1 tablespoon chia. Yeah. So let me see, 1 tablespoon pink salt.
Pink salt.
1 tablespoon.
That sounds like a lot of
This is
salt.
a teaspoon. Teaspoon.
Yeah, teaspoon, yes, no table, teaspoon, all right? Of pinky salt.
How much Parmesan was there? I forgot to put that in.
I'm sorry, what was that ingredient, please?
A half cup.
Half cup Parmesan.
You
Yes.
put pink
Oh,
salt,
okay.
like the Himalayan salt, but I guess you could use any kind of salt, but the Himalayan salt has minerals in it.
Uh-huh.
If you don't have pink salt, use the regular salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, not table,
Teaspoon.
tea,
Yeah.
because it's a little one.
Yeah.
The
Teaspoon.
last ingredient, no, the last, almost the last, is gonna be the turmeric.
turmeric.
One for health. One for health, a teaspoon, a half teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
Turmeric. Yeah, we say turmeric in English. Yeah, turmeric.
Turmeric.
And it's like 1/4 teaspoon.
Yes, one quarter teaspoon. Yeah, exactly. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric.
Mhm.
You got it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I still haven't put the Parmesan in though. Getting
Your Parmesan. Okay. Now, I think we should do it before. You need boil it. Oh, these right carrot. You need peel it. All right.
Mhm.
So
You're
I
gonna
didn't
use-
have the white
You're gonna
carrot,
use this.
and so I'm going to use grated cassava that was frozen.
Okay. I'm gonna use it and peel it.
That's a
And
beautiful, beautiful vegetable.
Mhm.
from
I think you
Brazil.
might be able to get that at the Asian stores here. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
looks like something that you could buy at the Asian store.
Mm.
Yeah, I did some research and it said that it sounded like that was cassava, but that looks like a carrot.
Yes.
I think it's just
Carrot.
a big carrot.
Right carrot.
I think that's what you're calling white carrot.
Correct.
Yes. Here we have a lot of names depend of the state.
Or
Many
actually, it
people
even looks like a turnip in a way. A turnip.
It says you could use sweet potatoes, yams, or squash.
Mhm.
Mm.
But yeah, she was saying that the white carrot is healthier, less starch.
Yes, it's healthy. So we're gonna use the one a boiled stream, a pan stream. I'm gonna need to cook. You cut in a. You need to cut.
Yeah, it'll cook faster when it's cut up.
Yes. Cut up. Peel about 3 because we're gonna use just 1 cup of this. And we're gonna make a mashed.
You're gonna mash
I
it.
mashed the carrot, yeah, and you're gonna have 1 cup of ripe carrots, and then as a mashed, like a mashed potato, but I'm gonna use this ripe carrot instead of potato. But if you don't have this, you can use regular potato. Many people use the regular potato. It's
But you
okay.
said you use the carrot because it's healthier.
Yeah, and in the
Yeah,
US,
more
we can get sweet potatoes very easy.
Yes,
To get sweet
you
potato.
can get
There
sweet
you go.
potato,
Yeah, that's a sweet
and
potato.
yes, you can use this or this right or regular one if you
Even a regular
it's
potato will look like.
up to you, right? So you're gonna use this pan with water in a half water in a pan. You put just a half water here. And or if you don't have this pan, all right, steaming pan, you can use directly on the water and cook in until make soft. Because
Okay,
you're
so
gonna
instead
make
of using a steam pan, you can cook it right in the water.
You can just boil it
Yeah.
in water.
yeah.
What's the advantage of the steam pan?
I think this more flavor of the white
Oh, it
carrot.
doesn't take the flavor into the water, yeah.
Yes, yes, you got a more flavor of the vegetable. So you're gonna cook, and then you need to cook it until make too soft because we are gonna make a mashed with the right carrots.
Do you always do
And
this with carrots or do you make it with other things?
no, I prefer this one because it's more healthy than the other potato.
Yeah. That's why I like cooking with you. You like making things healthy.
Yes, I need to become
Find
fit.
recipes that are
And then I used to make you're gonna use, guys, water, all right? Separated the water here. We're gonna use the 1/4 of water. Let me check here. Yes, 1/4. Yes, 1/4 of filter water without heat. Okay, just normal water. Oh, tap water. If you don't have, you can use tap water.
all right. We need a 1/4 cup of filtered, ideally water.
Yes, separated here. A cup of water. Well, we have all ingredients here separated, and now we are going to ready for the boiled
Okay.
cooking. Let me see here. One, I put here. Can you see?
Yeah. And you were saying that this is a very common traditional recipe, and when I was reading, it said that people started making this because there wasn't They wanted to have bread, but there wasn't like good flour available in the area.
Yes.
So they were
Yes.
figuring out ways to make bread out of other things.
Yeah, and probably imported wheat was probably expensive.
Or very poor quality if you bring it across the whole ocean. There's
Well, that too, yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, that's why they use the cassava flour.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
used
how it
to.
should be, right? You find what's readily available in your area.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, most of the recipes online for this tend to use more flour. And I mean, I'm sensitive to gluten, so I really like this recipe. I've made it quite a few times, but not this traditional.
Yeah.
Basically, I made it
You-
just cassava flour and some Parmesan and water, and it never was as good as I had it in Brazil because it didn't tend to puff up and have the air pockets in it.
Yes, the flavor is different. I used to here in my house. My husband always bought frozen pão de queijo frozen. You can find pão de queijo frozen
Yeah.
here.
Did you
It's
ever do a
traditional
taste test and have them taste your homemade one compared to the frozen one?
I prefer mine
Well,
that I
yeah.
made.
No.
But this one is so nice because this blend, it's traditional blend. It's so good.
Okay.
But of course, I can't, because I am on a diet, I can't eating every day this one. And then I prefer to make mine more healthy with chia, with pink salt.
Yeah.
So, but this
A little
one,
turmeric, and then now the
yes,
traditional, I mean, the one in the frozen one, does that one have egg and milk in it?
yes,
Yeah,
they use egg and milk. Yes, that's why these ingredients I can't use it because I am on a diet, and then I avoid to. So they use the a regular oil. I use the extra virgin oil is different quality. The quality is totally different because you made it homemade. It is more special, and then you put a healthy ingredient here. Yes, they have milk, egg, and another stuff. No gluten.
I think
But
what I like
they
about it
have
most is
lactose.
what I like most about pound de queso is how chewy it is. It has that
Chewy.
It's really good texture.
Yes. This
Now,
one,
when you eat this, what do you eat it with? Do you just, I mean, you can just eat them plain, but do you have something you eat it with very common? Like
no common. For example, in Minas Gerais, you have another type, a kind of ingredients so different when you go in another state, because pão de queijo it's from Minas Gerais, but they use milk, the regular one. This one is different, totally different, because we have chia and extra oliver, extra virgin, and then a cup of mandioca. Manioc. It's different. They don't use this. They use a regular potato, and then the flavor is different.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting carrot in it, you're putting turmeric in it, you're putting
Yes.
chia seeds and
Yeah.
good olive oil and no eggs and no milk.
Yes, no egg. No
But I
milk,
think
just
you're allowed to
butter.
do that because this recipe is, everybody says, well, not everybody, but most people say it's originally from Minas Gerais, right?
Yes, yes,
So you live there, so I think you're allowed to change the recipe a little bit, right?
yes. This recipe is special for me.
Yeah.
But I can make another one, but I don't like to make it because I am on a diet. And then my husband used to buy the regular one for them. Let me say goodbye for my daughter. Oh, daughter. Bye. Baby, take care. Oh my goodness. My daughter study outside, another
Bom
school.
dia.
I was saying goodbye my daughter because she studies another city from
Well, you
3
want
hours
me to
from,
pause and you
here.
take more time to say goodbye? You can
No,
pause.
no, just leaving. She just leaving.
He's leaving.
Yes. She is studying medicine in another city.
Right.
And today for her it's so sad. Sunday sad. Sunday
back.
sad.
So we are just now waiting for the carrots to boil or cook.
Yes, we need to wait it.
Do you ever make this without the carrots?
No, because you need to mix them with the carrot. And then I would like that you prepare one big bowl like that.
Okay.
One big bowl, because we are gonna mix, put all ingredients inside it and mash them, right? And make a bowl. So
Okay.
you're gonna need this. If you have, you need to separate one.
And we
Like
preheated
that.
the oven. Yeah. So we preheated the oven for, what did you say?
So we're gonna just mash the rice carrots on a plate and make like we're gonna put the olive oil and salt and some ingredients and mix them and put together with the flour here and mix it all.
Okay.
And then you need to prepare the baked
Okay, let me do
pan,
that.
a baked pan. I use to paper to avoid to burn, right? I like to use this.
Then you don't have to oil the pan, yeah?
Yes, I don't need to put oil because I'm gonna use this paper. Okay.
This is called we call it parchment paper.
Patch what? Sorry.
It's called, in English, we call it parchment. This is
Parchment.
Yeah, parchment paper. You can cook on it.
It's not wax paper, right?
Yeah, not wax paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parchment paper.
Yeah.
There we go.
Parchment paper. Yes, I like it
There
because
it is. Hold it up, or see that? Parchment paper.
Yeah, parchment
paper.
Yeah, for baking.
Yeah, I think that's all. And I'm gonna just waiting for. Let me see
So
here.
because I bought the cassava already grated and frozen.
Oh.
I can mix all mine together. I'll show you here while we're waiting. So, I mean, I just put I put cassava flour and tapioca flour and that
You
frozen
don't need to heat anything, all right? Just boil it.
the grated frozen cassava and the parmesan and what else? The chia seeds, olive
Salt,
oil. I really like that this has
turmeric.
less ingredients than most of them. You know, most of them say put all these eggs and milk in it.
No,
And
you don't.
we're not doing that. So
So I have a
You don't
question.
heat anything. Just cooking rice carrot. You're gonna mash it. Right carrot. Mash it the right carrot.
go ahead, Lulu.
So, or yours is frozen and already mashed. Is it cooked?
It's not cooked, no, but when I bake it, it'll cook.
All right. So my yucca is already done and mashed, and it's
Okay.
cooling, and I measured out a cup.
You're gonna use just 1 cup of mashed.
So I checked out for a substitute for the cassava or sweet starch. I saw online that there's all sorts of other starches that could be substituted, and one of them was almond flour. So that's what I opted to use. And
Almond flour instead of what?
instead of the sweet starch or the cassava flour.
Huh.
So
I
mine,
don't think that would be very good because, I mean, the thing about cassava is it's very, very chewy.
I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't look to me like you put the turmeric in there.
Oh, I did put turmeric, see?
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, so that's all,
doesn't
it
show
all
up.
mixed together.
Uh-huh.
And so now I'll put the parchment paper here and then what size balls do you roll them? Like, so you can see it's pretty dry mix.
Medium one, or if you don't have medium. Mine is big because I don't like to make mess. When you have a small one, you probably gonna mess. But I don't like it to make mess, and then
Made my paper too big.
She also had a 1/4 cup of water. Where does the water? When
Oh,
do
yeah, I
you
did
use
put
the
that.
water?
I put a
Yeah.
cup of water in there too, yeah.
yes, and regular water, not tapered water, filter water. Yes, just
Well, like
allow you.
warm water, ideally filtered or, you know, without junk in it.
Oh, tapered water.
I'm actually decided to use the water that I boiled the yucca in. I just thought that would have some.
Oh, no, you don't need
No?
to use hot water.
No, it's cooling.
What size,
It's cooling.
Yeah, it's not gonna be hot.
how big of a ball do you make, Aislane?
Small, no, medium one. No extra big. No. Look mine.
Not bowl, but ball, like making the size of it. How big you make the size?
Easy. Fine. I can't find
Laney
it.
Orr's ahead of you. He's
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm ahead because I don't have to cook the. Wait a second, Lulu. How'd you get ahead of cooking too? That never happens.
but it's nice because she's waiting for her white carrot to cook, and so
Yes,
I
yes.
said she went through all the ingredients real slowly and measuring them out, so I was able to gather everything.
Now, did you have a hard time finding any ingredients?
I'm doing a lot of substituting, and regretfully, I don't have the chia seeds.
So give us example of what you substitute. So when we're done, you can tell us how it came out.
So the sour starch, I'm using cornstarch. the sweet starch or the cassava flour that you guys are using, I'm using almond flour. And I have everything else minus the chia seeds, which is really sad because I thought I had some and I saw them in the store and I could have picked them up. But mine will not have the chia seeds.
All right.
No, don't worry if that. If you don't have, it's not a problem.
Nice.
It's not a problem.
And on the recipe, it said something like sweet sprinkles. Is that
The sweet.
Sweet sprinkles is starch, sweet starch.
so? That's what I'm using the almond flour for.
So in the beginning, she said she can get cassava flour that's both sour and sweet and standard. She's putting all three in there.
Wow. Neat.
Yep.
Three
So
times.
different processes
Sweet.
of making the
Yes.
cassava flour. And let's see here.
Mm.
Did
It's
you
actually
add water to that, or?
just a
No,
quarter cup, yeah. But you know, the cassava itself was pretty wet.
Mine's real dry.
After you mashed it?
Yeah, it seems real dry. It's delicious. It's like my new potato now. And I had to buy a 4-pound bag, so I have.
4
And it's,
pound
all,
bag.
and it's already peeled, cut, and it's frozen. But it's delicious.
That saves you some time. So that's the same thing, like if you ever had fried yucca fries at some restaurant.
I have not,
yucca fries.
but I look forward to
Yes,
it.
today I made it. I made it today. I
Yeah.
can't see you, but I fried it on a butter. I made it. My husband love it.
Oh, yum.
Well, that's not healthy. Look at that. See,
No,
that-
but it's healthy because it's not on a butter.
yeah.
No normal butter. That's butter that I like to use to ghee butter.
Oh, I love ghee.
Ghee butter. Do you know?
Yeah, I know ghee.
It's a cassava.
Yeah,
I
so I
made
mean,
it.
yucca and cassava are the same thing. Just one is.
Look, it's so delicious.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I love it.
I don't think I've ever seen a cassava plant. So I'm
No,
wondering what it looks like.
really. I'm gonna send to you.
It's a tuber, so it grows under the ground, I think.
Yeah. Now we have a plant in the U.S. that is different. It's pronounced yucca, but it's with one C. It's a different plant.
James,
Our almost done, but I need more soft because we are gonna use a knife, or I prefer to use it my blender, my hand blender. If you have a old hand blender, I'm gonna use this one.
That's the immersion blender. Immersion blender.
Immersion, yeah, immersion blender.
To make the carrots really soft.
Mashed. I'm gonna mash the potato here with immersion.
Look how
You see
yellow
that?
these are. That's beautiful. Like, I mean, not yellow, how white.
Let's make a mash. If you don't have this, you can use your knife and mash with a knife. But I am lazy. I prefer to use the machine. All right? Can you see that?
that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's better when you use immersion blender.
I never thought of that. I always use a blender for just doing that immersion blender for doing soups to like liquefy.
Yeah, it's very fast. Right?
Never thought of doing like, well, potatoes.
Mhm.
So,
This case you can substitute with a regular potato, sweet potato, right? Let's do it again. A little bit more.
all right. It's talking to us.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I make a mess on my stove. Okay. I turn off the fire. And I'm gonna put in that big bowl. Right? Let me see. If you can put a little salt here. All right.
Have you ever used the black salt from the Himalayas? Just like they have the pink salt, they have a black salt.
Black? No, I've never used it.
And what it is
Black.
it's more minerals, less salt, but it has a lot more like, yeah, vitamins and minerals in it.
Wow.
And
I love the idea.
it's not really
Love it.
black. If you look at it,
Hmm.
it's more of a gray.
Dark. I
It's
mean,
got
gray.
rocks in it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's minerals and vitamins.
Mhm.
It's like that real salt from Utah, from an ancient ocean bed that has little pieces. It's actually gritty to the texture, but it's all sorts of nutrients are in it. And no plastics, because when that ocean formed, there was no plastics. So sea salts now all have microplastic in it, which is kind of gross.
Well,
I
after
think cooking
after
this, I
later.
should have some coconut pineapple juice.
I love it. I love it, but I have a water coconut. I like it.
This is coconut water with a little pineapple for flavor.
Mm.
So let me show you my smashed up yucca. Mine's very white.
Because with another kind of herbs.
But it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another. And
Look,
it's
mine is yellow one mashed.
yeah.
Yellow.
And it's very dry.
Lulu, how do you think it compares in taste to potatoes?
It's a little sweeter, and a little grainier. I maybe could have cooked it a little bit more, but
Now you said you bought it. It was like chunks frozen and peeled already. The peeling part, I remember being the hard part. But you said you had to buy a 4-pound bag.
yeah, let me show you. It's
Right.
I have a Mexican or it's called an international grocery store. So
Whoa.
Yep.
Yucca, 4 pounds. Wow.
yeah, they're calling it cassava, but they also call it yucca.
Yeah.
But I will be eating this in place of potato for sure, because it is. I really like the flavor. I'm a good old Irish girl and I love potatoes, but this is really yummy. So
Yes. Guys, pay attention now. We are going to put the mashed on a big bowl. Oh, look at. And now you're gonna put first here the 3 tablespoons of olive oil here. Okay. 3 tablespoons of olive oil.
I love how you labeled everything. It's like a professional cooking show. Look at that.
Very organized.
My father always said to me, when you're gonna do something, make with perfect, make it with love, but put perfection, put organizing. Everything what I'm gonna do, make perfect, make the best form, the best way you can do it. So we are going to put a salt, a pink salt here, all right? Pink salt. After we're gonna put the turmeric, 1 a teaspoon of turmeric here. Inside it. And
now earlier you said 1/4 teaspoon. So how much turmeric?
yes, 1/4. Yes, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. And 1 teaspoon,
It
1 tablespoon of chia. Here. Here. And now we are gonna mix. We're gonna mix with a mash. First of all, I'm gonna mix with a knife because I don't want to stick this all in my hand. But after you put the flour, you're
And
gonna make.
it's still
with
too
your
hot,
hand.
probably. It's probably too
Yes.
hot to cut still.
Yes, that's why you can put your hand now. Just mix all ingredients with the mashed. Guys, everyone can see better? Yeah?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So mix it all. Okay, it's okay. Mix the oil, extra virgin. And now we are gonna put a flour. Okay, sour flour or cassava sour flour. And after you're gonna put a sweet cassava flour. Okay. And we're gonna mix with the knife, continue because it's a little hot yet. And then when you're gonna mix them, and we're gonna getting cold. Okay, getting cold. Mix it all. I remember now the fufu. Fufu is strong.
Yeah, you could probably do this in your KitchenAid again, or like you did the other day.
Or it's done.
Yeah, he's done now, but I mean, he used his mixer to
Yeah, I used the mixer, so it was
last
like
week.
Well, I did today too. It was like 2 minutes, everything mixed.
Oh, you did use it today.
Now, the problem with the mixer is if it's something that needs to be delicate and is barely folded in, you don't want to use the mixer.
Right.
And part of this recipe, I was thinking, is you really want the air pockets. It's like a chewy ball, but then it's got a bunch of air pockets in it.
Mm.
Usually when I make it, it doesn't have the good air pockets in it. So I'm wondering.
So you're gonna mix until our flour mix with a mash, you know. So now you're gonna put parmesan, a grated parmesan, okay? A half cup of the grated parmesan.
Now you grated that from fresh. You didn't buy it.
Yeah, fresh. Yeah, I bought it fresh. I prefer this way. I bought it fresh, and then I grated it on time. So now we are gonna mix them and put water. Just no put all water, but
Just
mix
enough
put
to make
water.
it. You're just
Mix
trying to make
water.
it just a little wet, yeah.
Yes. Oh. I think I need to put my hand now. Now I'm going to put my hands here because I'm cooking for my family. I can't put my hands on my food. So put a little bit water and continue mix. Mix them. I was thinking here that I put a lot of cassava, carrot. I forgot because I needed just 1 cup. I put all. Maybe I don't
You
know
might
if
have put too much.
yes, I think I put too much because I forgot to put to measure here 1 cup of right carrot.
Well, then you don't have to put so much water in, yeah.
No, yes, I don't know. Maybe you need more cassava here because you can't stick in your hands. If you stick in your hands, you're gonna need a cassava, more a cassava flour, you know?
Yep. You don't want it to stick to your hands.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's
You want. Yeah, I'm glad. Like I always made it, I realized, too wet because whenever I made it in the past, I would get a bowl of oil and then put oil on my hands to roll the balls. And so now I know I was making it too wet.
So mine's really dry. I haven't added the water yet.
That's how mine was, Lulu. Basically, I could just pick it all up as one big ball.
Just add a little water, Lulu.
Yeah.
Just a teeny bit.
Just as long, you want to make sure all the flour is absorbed. So that's where she just had a 1/4 cup of water and she was just putting it in little by little, and then she realized it was too wet.
yes, a little bit, yes. I think I make a mistake here because I couldn't put all mashed here.
Yeah, you put
Just
too much
1
carrot.
cup, a cup. I forgot to measure. But I think it's not a problem. Maybe not.
Oh, I didn't put the Parmesan in yet. And I did fresh as well. I just grated it.
No problem. It's gonna work the same way.
I feel like it needs more cheese.
Yes. You need to mash it until make I don't know how to say that, but you need to don't glue your hand. When your hand don't glue anymore, it's ready to make balls.
When it doesn't stick on your hands.
Yes, doesn't stick in your hand, and you make ball to make the pão de queijo.
How often do you make this?
I used to make once a week because I freeze them,
Okay.
and then you can use it every week.
Now, is this something that is like street food that you can buy it on the street?
Yeah. Yes, you can buy a market at the market. Every single market you can find freezing.
But is it cooked? I mean, do they fry it in fry it rather than bake it?
Do they fry it?
Yeah,
It's
if it's
always,
street
always
food.
Yes, never fried. Always
Oh.
baked. Not fried. But there is another recipe make like this that you can fry, or you can but a biscuit, a cheese biscuit. It's different recipe, but you can fry or bake it. This one you just bake it. Look my hands, almost without oil. You can see. I think I don't need to put more water here. Look my hands, don't stick anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stick more. So let me see. Yes, it's ready. It's ready.
Yeah, it's kind of a side dish that you'd eat with other things that you have,
You
you know.
You can measure it for a tablespoon, the size, a tablespoon. Or I used to make with, let me see.
Yeah, Barbara, the first time I had this was in Brazil for breakfast. Like people would have this
Yeah.
with, some coffee or tea or,
This is
regular
using
bread and ham.
a teaspoon, a measuring
Yes,
spoon.
measuring.
So
Yes,
is that or they'd have coffee and tea, and then would it be in balls like that?
Yeah.
yes.
Or-
in a
And would
big
you have
bowl.
anything else with it?
No.
Now, is it like powdered
coffee.
sugar or anything on top?
No, I mean, it's a savory.
No.
Oh, it's savory.
Just
Yeah, I
All right,
don't-
so how's this
you're
look?
gonna put here.
How's this look, Lainey?
Yeah, that
Hmm?
she has a hard time. She's on her phone, I think.
Looks great to me.
Yeah.
It's pretty dry, but I'll go ahead and give it a stab.
No, it's not dry. It's humid.
You want it to be wet, just dry enough that it doesn't stick to your hands.
So the only thing
Yeah.
I'm missing is the chia seed.
So
No, don't worry. It's gonna work the same way.
Well, when we were making a chia pudding, in the wet ingredients, the chia kind of blew up. But this is not all that wet, so I suspect that it doesn't blow up.
right.
You get me?
Yeah.
It acts as more of a
No,
kind of like a real seed. Kind of a. What do you think?
no.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't cracked them, that's why I asked if you had to crack them. If you crack them, then it really absorbs the moisture.
Kind of reminding me of poppy seeds.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm thinking.
Man, look how perfect she makes it using
Yeah.
the
You-
spoon.
You choose the size that you want to make. I measure if you don't have this measure spoon, you can use a regular spoon and take the mesh and make a form, right? But make perfect with this, or if you have a ice cream spoon, it's gonna work also. Let me, where is my ice
Ice cream scoop would probably be too big.
Might be.
Or at least the US
yeah,
one.
too big.
Actually,
Yeah,
that's true. In
I
Brazil,
thought
the ice
about
cream
it.
scoops are smaller. Like
Yeah.
a melon baller scoop.
Yeah, I was thinking a melon baller would be about the right
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty
they
big.
have those scoops just like an ice cream scoop. They've got them for cookies.
Yeah, smaller. Yeah,
The
Spoon is smaller.
yeah.
Maybe if I do with this, I'm gonna do one once with a white ice cream spoon.
That's a
for
huge
you.
one.
yeah, see, I have
Yeah,
one.
this is one. So that's
This
why I
one-
love to use this
This one's for
one to make
cookies. You scoop it, and then you can push out with the ball. Like,
yeah.
Well, that's
So
cool.
I think we use this is gonna perfect and easy to make. I prefer.
well, I was lazy and I just rolled them. They're just for me. I just grabbed the piece and just rolled the ball in my hand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you know, something, those look really
So
delicious.
you can see the rest of the water, I didn't use it because
Yeah.
it wasn't necessary because
Yeah,
I
it was
put
too
a
wet.
lot of the mashed white potato, white carrot, and then I didn't use it all water. So you need to fill the pasta in your hand without stick.
Yeah, so wet.
Yeah, and if you boiled your white carrot or stuff, if you boiled it in water, it's gonna absorb some moisture. So you have to think about that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
And then
Lulu boiled hers, and she said hers was pretty dry.
Yeah, mine was cassava root, so I guess it's a little different than the vegetable she's using. I'm just eyeballing it.
That's what I did.
You get it?
I mean, if you're not doing it for other people, who cares exactly?
Eyeballing it.
let me see.
Looks like
So,
mozzarella.
I like that we're eating all over the globe.
Yeah.
Fun.
And so, but Lenny, you said you used to make this once a week
Yes.
because you ate this for breakfast every morning?
No, every morning. No, but my family like it to have every morning.
And
But
when you
it's
said you
easy
froze
to
them, did you
make.
freeze them after you cooked them or before?
No, now, for example, you prepare the bowl, and this way you can put on a freezer, and after put in a plastic bag and keep them on a freezer.
Aha.
Now, do you bake them frozen, or do you have to let them thaw?
You bake it before freezing. You before baker. You don't need bake them to freeze it.
Right, but when you take them out of the freezer, do you put them in the oven right away, or do you let them sit for a while before you put them in the oven?
No, you put it directly on the.
Okay, so you can put frozen ones. So the
Yeah.
frozen ones you can put in the oven.
Yes.
I might freeze some of mine.
Yeah, Lulu, you're making a lot, so I don't know. Give it a try, Lulu. Freeze some of the baked ones and the unbaked ones.
No, I'm gonna just freeze the unbaked ones. I like my baked stuff fresh, so that's
You can
work.
them this way. Look there.
Nice.
I don't know, those chia seeds make it look like it's got bugs on it.
Bugs are protein.
And then once you roll them in a ball like that, you put them in the oven at 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. Now, if they're frozen, how much longer do you have to cook? Like on the package your husband bought from the store, the frozen ones, how long do you have to cook those?
Depend of your stove. Depend of your stove, but you can spend 40 minutes.
Okay. So if they're frozen, it's about 40 minutes.
Yes, but if you take off before and ready them unfrozen, it's gonna be better. But it doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same way.
Of course, it matters what size you roll them. If you roll them bigger, it takes longer to cook.
True.
Yes, take long to the cook.
So
Yes.
there was these really tough centers to some of the yucca root.
Yeah, they got a lot of fiber to it.
This is very
Yes, a lot of fiber.
So that's why when cassava flour has a lot more fiber than tapioca flour. Because tapioca flour, they take all the fiber out.
Yeah.
And cassava flour is the whole thing, including all that fiber.
Yeah.
So that's why you lucked out, Lulu, when you bought it all chopped up. They pulled most of the fiber off of it.
Oh,
I bought them before, like the whole root, and it's like extremely fibrous on the outside, really hard to peel. So yeah, I mean, if you can buy it pre-peeled, cut up like that, that's the way to go. Because
I wonder if parsnips would work. They're kind of.
I think any root vegetable probably would work.
yeah, that's what she said. Any she gave a list that was like,
yeah, sweet potatoes, yams, cassava, pumpkin, which is squash.
I suppose
Wonder.
I suppose you could do turnips even if you wanted to. It'd be actually have a different taste, but
Yeah, turnips and parsnips would be a little more bitter.
yeah, they would end up with a different taste versus this one.
Sweeter and wetter.
This one is based on the fact that your basic ingredients doesn't really have much taste. So, but
I'm gonna freeze some of these.
But
You can't freeze it this way. You need to make balls, and after
okay,
you
don't
put them
freeze it
in.
as a big ball. Make the
Yes.
balls.
No,
and then
make the
freeze
little
it.
balls. Yeah, I'm gonna freeze some of mine.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm gonna put now to bake. All right.
All right.
I already preheated oven at 180 degrees, and I'm gonna bake it for 25 or 30 minutes. Okay.
I wonder
Let me
how do you tell that they are ready to take out of the oven? That they're golden on the outside?
Yes, gold outside.
Oh, look at that. You have 2 ovens. That's nice.
2 ovens.
Yep.
Middle one. Today I made lasagna with zucchini. Lasagna zucchini.
Zucchini lasagna. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, zucchini lasagna.
That's hard to cut the zucchini in the, but
No, here it's easy.
you can buy very big zucchinis. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of kind of zucchini, but I love to make
Look at that. You can have, I like that. I don't think, have you guys seen that where you have an oven with 2 doors? Then you can have 2 different temperatures.
yes, I have zucchini. My
That's a small
daughter, yeah, the small one, she's 15
I have to
years
share
old.
with you a picture of my mom. My mom has one that it's just like, she's holding it up. It's twice as big as her head.
Oh my goodness.
Zucchini.
I,
Absolutely.
that I chose zucchini and aipim, another thing.
So,
Power off, on. Power off.
we just lost her.
This white carrot, I just looked it up, and it's got all kinds of different names depending on where you are, but it's called aracacha. It's actually it's from the Andes, but in different places it's called Creole celery, parsley potato. Manioquinha, it means little cassava in Portuguese. So it's got all kinds of different names.
Yeah.
White carrot, yellow cassava, but the plant name is called aracacha.
And it's a very ancient, very, very old.
Sure it is, yeah.
Native vegetable of.
Well, we
South
just
America.
lost Laney's connection from Brazil. So
Maybe
I
she'll
guess
come
we'll
back.
wrap it up. And then the only thing I've got about, actually, according to mine, let me pull mine out. It says I've got 7 minutes left on mine. So I'll pull mine out and we can see what it looks like here. And see. Well, it doesn't look like it's baked at all. So I guess.
Or just pull one out, maybe.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like.
Yeah.
They should be golden brown on the outside. So
Is your oven on, or?
she remembered to let us know to preheat it too. So
Well, I didn't know if you jumped on there and did that.
I do forget to preheat the oven pretty regularly, and my pans. I'm like, oh, let's just throw things in the pan. I think that was one of the good tricks of cooking is preheating your oven and your pan makes a big difference.
Well,
So-
the other thing is what's called in French mise en place, which means getting all your stuff together like she did in all the bowls. That way you know I've got all the ingredients instead of getting halfway through the recipe and you go to the cupboard and go, oh, I don't have any of that.
All right, I'm gonna stick around and snack and talk, and of course, anybody who's cooked, if you want to share your pictures. But here we go. Let's stop.
Yeah.